I saw something eat my sister. Now no one will believe me. Yeah, pretty messed up, right? This might be the only place people will believe what has happened to me and my sister. My name is Connor and I'm 16 years old. I haven't seen my little sister Carly, 13, in 3 months. It all started on a Friday night. My sister was due to go off to summer camp for 6 weeks the next day. She seemed really excited and would be smug with me, as I was working for my summer. I mean, I didn't mind. I was just thinking about all the cash I would make. I never really liked going to camp anyway. My parents were going to leave early in the morning to drop her off. I had decided that I would have one last bit of fun before she went. I was going to sneak into her room, hide in her closet, and jump out on her when she came in. It was late, maybe about 10:30. She was in the study with mom and dad, packing the last few things. I had gone to bed earlier stating that I was sick. Of course Carly stayed well away from me. She didn't want anything ruining the start of camp. I made it look like I was in bed, with a combination of pillows and an old Halloween mask with a similar hair color to mine. If anyone checked, it would look as if I was asleep. I crept across the hall over to my sister's room. I left the room in darkness as I placed myself into her closet and shut the door. A smile brandished across my face as I thought how brilliant this would be. It had become a game on how much we could scare each other over the years. I thought that this was going to be perfect, the best one yet. After around 5 minutes I heard her say goodnight to our parents and make her way up the stairs. She strutted into the room. You could see the excitement in her movements. She then stopped. I thought she had noticed me. She couldn't have. I didn't make a sound and I could only see her through the wooden panel door. Her expression changed in an instant to an emotionless stare, her arms now by her side. She walked slowly to the middle of the room. She slowly laid her back on the floor. I was just about to jump out when I heard what sounded like floorboards creaking from the corner of the room. I couldn't see anything. My view was restricted, but the room now felt bitterly cold and silent. I saw a tall humanoid figure emerge from the darkness. It was a deep red color with visible muscles and veins, as if it was a result of someone being skinned alive. It glided over to Carly. Its long arms with elongated fingers swayed, nearly brushing the floor. Its large flat feet, each equipped with 4 talons, stopped behind her head. It crouched down. I could see its terrifying face. Its sharp eyes almost looked like that of a lizard. Its nose was nothing more than a small mound with 2 large holes. Carly was frozen solid as it opened its mouth, exposing what looked like hundreds of razor-sharp teeth. I was in shock, covering my mouth with my hand, trying to mask my now irregular breathing. My heart pounding against my chest. It felt so loud I was sure it would hear. Its jaw seemed to dislocate itself like that of a snake as it smothered its mouth over my sweet sister's head. I should have done something, should have attacked it, but my body was stiff. I couldn't move even if I wanted to, with my back pressed against the icy wall. This thing was now up to the top of her torso. I closed my eyes as tears ran down my face. This was the last thing I remember. I must have blacked out or something. I woke the next morning, a crumpled mess at the bottom of the closet. My eyes stuck together with the tears of last night. I slowly opened the closet door as I was shrouded in sunlight. The room was empty, only a few clumps of my sister's hair where she was laying remained. I went into my room, my decoy still in the same position as where I had placed it in my bed. I wearily walked downstairs, calling out for my mom and dad. I was answered only by my own echo. I got my cell out of my pocket, only 5% battery. I called each of them one after another. Nothing. I was still a mess after what I had witnessed last night. That thing was on a loop in my mind. I went back into my room and spent the next hours calling my parents. 3 hours later my cell began ringing. I nearly jumped off my bed, it scared me that much. It was my mom. I said, "Where are you? You need to come home now." She said back, now concerned, "What's the matter?" "We have just dropped off your sister." My face now drained of blood. She's alive?" My mom came back confused. "Of course, darling. What do you mean?" I responded in disbelief, "Nothing. I'll speak to you when you get home." "Okay, honey, bye." The line went dead. I sunk my head into my hands. An hour later I heard the door open. My parents were back. I ran up to them. I blurted in a frenzy, "How was Carly? Is she okay?" My dad said she was fine. I then proceeded to tell them both what I saw last night. They both looked at me like I was crazy, like I was sadistic. I tried so hard to tell them it wasn't my imagination. I showed them the decoy, the hair on the floor, the closet I was in. My pleas only met by anger and the words, "Don't make such horrible things up, boy," by my dad. I was getting barely a couple of hours sleep in the weeks after. The job at my uncle's store, my only escape from the flashbacks of that night. 2.5 months have now passed and Carly was due to come home 3 weeks ago. When I asked my parents why they hadn't gone to get her yet, they just said to me that she met a friend at camp and was staying with her for a couple of weeks. I have been trying to call her cell constantly, her voicemail now full. School starts next week. She was supposed to be home from her friends 2 days ago. My parents have been trying to get me to go to see a psychiatrist as I won't stop saying what I saw. I have been refusing, stating that they are lying to me. They don't seem concerned at all. I constantly ask them when she is home. All they reply with is in a few days. I know what I saw. It happened, right in front of my eyes. I now have the horrible feeling that I will never see my sister again.